Hey everybody, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about how I became a millionaire at the age of 25. Yep, I lied about being a millionaire at 25. I even lied about my age. In fact, that video wasn't supposed to be real at all. It was supposed to be an affirmation about how I wanted to become a millionaire at 25, and I'm only 23. But here's the thing, money is just a vanity metric. 2 years into creating content, what I've realized is I don't want to chase money anymore, but what I do want to chase is value. So let me introduce you guys to something called the Value Impact Index. I'm going to talk about it in a second. But before that, what this video is going to be about is three things. The first thing was giving away the opportunity of becoming a CEO of a company to one of my really good friends, and how that was the most selfish move. And the second thing is, what is this value impact index and what's the math behind it? And the third thing is how I plan on creating this massive value and transition for making $1 million for me versus $1 million for the world. So let's get into it. This CEO role was massive opportunity. Now, it wasn't an established or a gigantic company or anything. It was a startup run out of Bangalore. They do about 2 to 3 lakhs of revenue per month. They have established a decent set of customers in the space that I live in. They have a decent business model. They have operations set up, which is really challenging in their business, and they really want to scale things, raise funds, VC funding, all of those different beautiful things that come with being part of a startup and being part of the CEO role. And even things like equity and all of that, which is huge. But in my case, I'd already made some commitments somewhere else. And for me, my word is really important, so I had to turn it down. But immediately what I did was I got in touch with two of my friends who I know we've built things before, we've worked on building things before together. And I spoke to him and I was like, hey guys, you know what? There's this opportunity. Do you want to take it? And one of them did hit me up a few days later and I was like, yeah. And he was like, yes, you know what? I'm in. Let's do it. And immediately I got them in touch, and he's really close to finalizing things. Touch wood. I hope everything goes according to plan. But it's almost done with him becoming the CEO of this new company. Now, this whole scenario, the money I made was zero. But the value I created for him and the startup, infinite. I cannot judge or define the value that I possibly could have created for both of them. And that was fucking beautiful. Let me tell you a story about why this was beautiful. So as a kid, I used to play football, right? Until a few years back, I used to play football. And I remember this one game we were playing early in the morning. There was this opportunity where I was running towards the goal and I could have very easily scored because I was very confident. But instead, the keeper came front and I passed it to my friend and he had an open goal and he scored. And immediately the rush I felt was fucking beautiful. So that's when I realized, for me, money and all of this, it was not about it. It was about how can I put somebody else on the pedestal? How can I put somebody else above me and make them feel better about themselves and progress and all of those beautiful things. Now, why money? Why did I settle for money? What I also realized at the same time was, a lot of us probably do this. We want to prove so many people wrong. Like, for example, the biggest reason why I started content in the first place was because of all the flaws that I have. And I wanted to show people that you can make it irrespective of that. But what I realized was that is my ego speaking, and that is narcissism disguised as ambition. I was just trying to mask this self-obsession that I had with myself and thinking that I'm so important with ambition and goals and drive. But really, what I've realized, thankfully, not too late into the journey, is it's not about me. I don't want to be the hero. I want to be the guide. The hero screams, hey guys, look at me. I'm the most important person in the room. But the guide says, hey, you know what? I made all of these mistakes. Maybe if it helps you, you can implement them too, or maybe not. It's up to you. But either ways, I wish you best of luck and I hope you kill it. That's what I want to be. With my friend, making him or connecting him to become the CEO of this company. Again, it's not about me. I just connected him. That's all. I created value for him. Maybe I created value for the company. That's about it. But after that, it's not about me. So that's the whole value creation thing, right? Now, all that being said and done, value can't just be some qualitative metric or some idea. No. I want to actually gamify this whole experience for all of us and make it a quantitative thing. So there's actual numbers to it. And that's where the value impact index comes into the picture, which is what I spoke about in the beginning of the video. So the value impact index is going to basically measure how much value I've created for the people around me. So in this case, you guys are part of this value creation process, right? Because you consume my videos, hopefully you gain some value out of it. I really hope so. So to measure that value, that's where the value impact index comes into the picture. How does it work? Let's say 1,000 people watch a 10-minute video of mine. That equals to a total of 166 hours. And let's just say my average right now for how much I would like to charge for consultancy or being a consultant would be 500 rupees per hour. So now I take that 166 hours and multiply it by 500, and that should equal to 83,000 rupees. In case you guys are wondering if I did that math, I did not. My fucking laptop is here and I have the calculation over here. So there's no way I would be able to do that. But anyways, so 1,000 of you watch this video for 10 minutes long. Remember, it's not views that we're counting here. It's how long you watch the video. So that's actually a better way to measure things, because a million people could probably click on a video, but half of them probably exit at the 30-second mark. So it's watch time hours into 500 rupees, which will equal to the amount of value in rupees that I've created, hopefully for you. The beauty of this whole thing is it holds me accountable too. Every time I think about creating some shit random video that does not add some value to you in some way or the other, then I have this sort of standard that holds me accountable. Like, hey, look, we're trying to get to $1 million in value for them. So restructure your video or get your shit together and make it better. The value impact index is going to stay on the screen, most likely indefinitely for a while, unless this test or this experiment fades, obviously. So the value impact index is going to stay on the screen for a while, and you guys will know where we are with creating value for you. And hopefully you enjoy all of these videos that come forward too. And hopefully it genuinely benefits all of us, and definitely you. Now, the only way I can actually create value for you is if I have actual skin in the game. I can't just sit and prophesize over here and give you motivational speeches all day. No, that's stupid. And fortunately for me, I cringe at the thought of that. True, genuine value creation happens when I actually go out there and do shit. But again, what I've realized is, for me, money does not motivate me, right? For the past 2-3 years, I've tried, okay, you know what, we have to make $1 million. Let's go. We have to get like more money, more revenue. It does not motivate me. I have been sluggish. In fact, the thought of it makes me repulsed by the idea of it, because I've never been money sort of minded. Yes, money has been scarce, no doubt of that, but I've never obsessed over it. I know it'll come, and that's always how it's been. So then I'm trying to flip the narrative. How do I even get myself to keep going because of that, right? So the other day itself, I was watching this podcast of Elon Musk and Nikhil Kamath. Great podcast, fucking insane. Nikhil Kamath in 1 year is podcasting Elon Musk. Insane. But what's more important though is Elon Musk said this one thing, like, money at the end of the day is just labor, right? Because think about it. I mean, you don't have money, and let's say food is free because you have a farm. You can survive. You can reproduce because you can take care of your family. Money at the end of the day just is like an added benefit to get more people to work on something with you or along with you, right? That is the new framework that I'm using for myself, that, hey, look, it's not me making $1 million for myself. No, it's me making $1 million so that I can get people to work with me on a certain vision, and maybe our visions are aligned, and maybe we can create something big. So it's not about me or there either. It's about how I can make for them so that they can help in building something big that makes the world a better place, maybe. So money creates leverage, and through that whole process of actually creating value, spreading the money and putting it back into the business and growing, that's how I satisfy my need of it not being about money, and also at the same time delivering value to you, because at the end of the day, money is going to come in, but you know why, I know why. So value creation is not just going to be through the form of content, but it's also going to be through the form of business. Now in business itself, I work in insurance right now, and we are building or working on a project that can most likely disrupt the insurance industry. And it's massive. In the next video, I'm going to be speaking about the product strategy, like what's actually going on behind the scenes with building the project and how I plan on creating this value in this other form, speaking about the strategy about it and all of those beautiful things. And it also involves how to build with AI, which is massive. how do you actually leverage the shit out of AI. Stick around if you guys want to watch that video. That's the end of this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.